Good evening, cherished viewers. You are welcome to the Code Room, and today happens to be the first Saturday of the month of July 2025. My name is Nanabein Pinto, and tonight we are going to discuss the art of music production. And I have my guest in the studio. He goes by the name DJ Ratty, and as usual, my co-host is in the building, Majesty Update. I welcome them, then we delve into the issues. Majesty, let me start with you. How far?
I'm good.
Nah, I can't tell you better.
I see I'm good.
Any Apollo?
Many Apollo, but I can't tell you maybe though.
I can't tell you better. Ashwana. Right, Warati.
Charlie,
Welcome.
thank you, my brother.
It's been like 50 years. Today is your first time on the Code Room.
No, I think this is my second time.
Yeah. I think previously, was it myself and you?
No, yeah, it was between
I was a guest
myself, yeah.
at the time.
Sure.
Okay, so today is the first time I'm hosting you.
Exactly.
Right, you're welcome.
Thank you, my brother.
Right, and first of all, before we delve into issues, DJ Ratty. Who is DJ Ratty?
I think DJ Ratty is me. Like the simplest way I can explain myself is me sitting here.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all. I do what I do.
Are you a DJ?
Oh yeah, I DJ, but
Okay.
I think at the moment I'm not doing it as I used to do it.
Okay.
Then. So for now, I just.
So why don't you omit the DJ from the Ratty so we will know you your
I wish I could do that, but you know, once a soldier is always a soldier.
Okay.
So sometimes my fans feel like they have missed my style. So,
so the DJ Ratty still remains
exactly
DJ Ratty.
Sure.
Right, and I don't know how to one of our church remain. Majesty, do you have trends for us?
Yeah, I have lots of them. So.
Lots of them. Yeah. Right, then we'll go for a quick commercial break. When we're back, Majesty will take over.
Good evening once again, lovely viewers. And as usual, another brand new weekend is here, and I'm here to gist you on what has been trending for the past few days. To begin with, I would like to start with, there's this new guy in town. He calls himself the Washing Bay Promoter or Anazo Official. He's doing well when it comes to music promoting. Yeah, so recently he hopped on the video song With You, and the song went viral, and even that the video dashed him $5,000. And he says, right now, because of he hopping on the video song, he has gained a lot of followers from the Nigerian artists, and now he wants to enter their market. Yeah.
Okay, was that the story on the... Yeah. Please, producer, put the story on the screen for us. Right, so after the video reposted my video, a lot of Nigerian artists linked up for promotion. I am now looking forward to visiting Nigeria. That's nice. I've seen him doing a lot for Ghana artists as well. I think I see him singing one of this guy, Black Hole's song. Yeah. And the passion and the face reaction to the music is something on the top notch. I don't know, Ratty, if you have something to say on this.
Yeah, actually, what I heard was he was doing it for Ghanaian. That was the mentality then, and there was a particular issue on Twitter about trending. I think Black Hole released his album and he was the one trending #1 on Twitter or something like that. So the video tweeted about that particular trend. You see that thing. So I think that's what I heard. That through that gave him the morale to do something for the video, and
boom, it started. Okay.
And this sorry, I was saying.
But he's a music promoter.
Yeah.
Or he was doing it for fun, and the favors befell on him.
Yeah, he was doing it for the fun of it. Yeah, but then along the line.
So I was about to say, like, blessing in disguise. Like,
yeah, sure.
He wasn't expecting.
Yes, I'm not sure he's a music promoter that when you sing your song, he will also react to it or sing along with your song for you to just get there. But as I said earlier on, the passion and the reaction on his face, like, oh yeah, then Ankasana there. So I think these are the components that made the thing very viral, because looking at a washing bay guy with the soap and water washing car stopping, like, so you could see the environment, him, and sometimes he sings as if the song is telling something to him. Yes, so I think that there are loads of favor that befell on him, and right now he's going to eat on this tangent.
Sure. I think before you continue, my worries is that it seems that Aroma bloggers and promoters no competition part this time. And it's unfortunate. It's a mimkade yehu bloggers and promoters no want to know, say, I'm sorry if I'm to use this word. Yes, because nature. Yeah. Thank you.
One could to know.
Thank you. Right, I think so I'm there. I don't know whether it's a mimkade promoters or not.
They are not working.
They are not working or something like that, but I think that would be another.
Yeah, sure. But again, to add to it, this will pave way for others to also feed home.
No,
because people are going to.
Before then, there's this guy also on Twitter called Big Paradise.
Oh, okay.
Who was also doing this music promotion. And because of this guy has entered the scene right now, they have started comparing the two. Yeah.
Paradise, is it not the one with Kojo Sheldon?
Yeah, the one who used to work with Kojo Sheldon.
With Onumpono. He was on the show, so we will see that he was doing.
Even when
either be journey baby na any special idea about promoting stars, but journey baby only na po.
Sure.
It's like a blessing in disguise. Let me put it that way. All right.
Okay, so let's move on. KMA boss Richard Ofori is also in the news again. You know, there's this match coming on between Kotoko and House of Folk. Yeah, so he made a promise to the Kotoko players that if they score, he's going to give dash out.
If they win or they score.
If they score a goal, yeah, he will dash out $1,000 to each of the players. Yeah.
Wow. Score 5 goals against Hearts in the President's Cup and take home $1,000 each. Wow. Waba. I'm not a football fan, so one boy. One share. Now, how many players? 24 players and 25 players. I know the 11 players in a wobble, but I call campus there the 25 players on $1,000 each. No, you see, these are the reasons I'm a worker there. Obi Baba no we are no. Ebi o this card that but based on position of Kita here as the mayor.
Yeah. On the last time
also sure. He's the mayor. So when you mention out this huge sums of money, I know a baby big crowd. I don't know, maybe your sponsors or Bob one and they be with them, madam. I think it's too harsh a saying. Promise or maybe one question minimum ransom, but baby a man ye corruption now. I bet you $1,000 each year. 25 players, $25,000.
Wow.
Players in putting a coach no coach one. Fans to be so much it's too below the belt, according to me.
I can because one share, yes, one corner, Jume, eventually, 70.
Majesty continue.
Yeah, so moving on, UPSA is in the news. You know, in most cases, university, the students are allowed to put on any attire to school, but then UPSA has made it strict on them that there are certain uniforms or attire that you need not to wear on campus here. So it says several UPSA students removed from class and sent home by task force for indecent dressing. This one for a time ago, Blacko used to be a student of UPSA.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was going to school and then they sacked him because he was putting on earrings.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, these days in fashion, people are, I don't know, when you go to school or when you visit the universities, you see boys PSN anklet on people's ankle and what have you. But if you are still disciplined into these people, I think it's for the future benefit of the unborns and the future generations. So, well, but to be so able to
I think that where I have issue with this story is the mode at which or they correct
tax force day. Could you when you hear anywhere that force account won't tell was
I understand.
And why be giddy.
I understand, but I believe that when it comes to moral lessons, if you use this harsh approach now, it doesn't work like that because it's something that has been installed like from childhood. So it's an attitude thing. Dealing with attitude doesn't come easy like that. You understand? So the system no. Yeah, ready. Yeah, put things in place. Or be check it from childhood up to that level. That's the reason why the little I know about the Bible no highlights Afroba as I say the spare the road from the childhood. But that time we do SHS there, master. Why we SHS? So do university sorry. What university? Why we SHS simple?
Could you the tennis? F&O basic school rabana or prescribe uniform or sedation. Every university now there's a saying to be allowed in the pain. Into be a share at their wedding. Okay. But them approach it. I can't be baba because. Mr. Martin class pay my abola mobile. You get it. Obi part task force na law bed. Excuse me. Task force na law bed no. Nipa ko abona to that do. Hey, about 10 years pay a pair of some those when you come to typical western region.
Sure.
Atasa echo TTU na de there. Nkofo bebe today the mom prescribe bebe shishe bi. Ba who born dog. Atasa so my right can they should find a nice approach. Instead of task force, I know moja baba no ya some papa. Kutubu a sack no kwa wash you any mission or location or part of baby no be confusion.
Last time I could
teacher be na was the no book film. What channel kwan. So
it well bro.
What happened obialan fro.
Well bre. Mr. Well bre.
Just to continue.
Okay, so one of the few people they are doing extremely well when it comes to the movie industry now is Kojo Nkansa Lowen.
Oh, okay.
Get to me in film. He's coming out with a new movie, Ibrahim Touara, and he's recently, you know, say amount of spending or movie no. I spent 500,000 on Ibrahim Touara movie.
Wow.
$500,000.
Shakara text no na in your mouth all the use na de. What do we do?
I think that Nana Termo Serikano movie bia na ne budget.
Yeah.
The little I know movie bia even when it comes to music video music video bia na ne budget and let's look at it from this direction. When you are working on more of this effect movies why this type of hurricane, then only it involves more of actions then they make huge budget so that at least Obama will look a little bit real as compared to Nigeria movie be another emotional romantic movies no watch one room be now wait because I listened to Lewin and he was saying that even uniforms in Impa or permanent no it's not easy because every soldier biana ibia on your uniform no be share then other things. So I would say the most in America no obetu medru, but as to a fixed amount never can
I also hear say he's planning to take the movie to Netflix. So he want the movie to be on Netflix. So
quality na de no check.
Yeah.
So I look on Netflix and I no open this go. Ana. No look on Netflix.
Yeah.
Or the better one. Uber stream, so you get his money there. Sure. But putting standard
very good.
in this is something we should commend him. Okay, because we have a lot of music movie producers, but as a character turning to music producer, it's a top-notch thing, and investing into these things will also put Ghana on the map so far as movies are concerned. If truly he's doing a standardized movie for Netflix to show, then we must commend him. But whatever the case may be, $5,000 from him to this or a nanny business.
So I think that let me come in with something small with Netflix as I'm when it comes to do Erica there or Netflix nankasa business and nankasa no returns, that is something on its own. Then the other side is Netflix follow what the one demand but one requirement. Sure. Even when it comes to the camera that you are using to shoot the movie, they prescribe by force a particular camera for the editor movie. So that comes at a cost. Nanka the Canon a camera be the better. But once we are forced by force, they call use Ari. And they call use Black Magic particular type be and sana what take.
No, but or your client. And when you come to the nature of purchasing, you have to call on the qualities that you want from the supplier. So if the supplier is supplying you something that is not befitting your standards, you can't buy them. Because also, they are kind of people. This is the standard that Waller Shishi. So I'm not as I said, or a business on its own. No, say I did them phone in the Bremen and pay user. Me catch them pay phone a camera and you fine. Me pay phone me typer me this like I'll give you some sequence of a me pay. So if the Netflix one standard then that's the only a pede etu me draw because they have the brand. You know that our subscribe to Netflix in a whisker because data nyoma you get it. So I side with them. Sometimes the too much should be nada now go so with the phone you.
I am looking at the cost involved. Add up there cost and the cost. You understand? Okay. Because if some requirements now maybe I can decide
to $2,000 about to by requirements on the camera day
very good. One day that's where I'm looking at.
Okay, Majesty.
Yeah, this one is from Thames, the Nigerian musician. It says, don't date or marry until you are financially
you fix
your financial status. Yeah, so I see young boys getting broke because they play the husband role too early. Don't date or marry until you fix your finances. I see young boys getting broke because they play the husband role too early.
Oh, okay. No, I did be a the first you are 18 and above. Your finances should be your first priority. But who is a stable person so far as finances is concerned? And if marriage is on its own, finances is on its own. We were saying be the whole no ye or the whole kofuka. So play a young park and be sending boots of an abortion. If we again I will not pay you papa ye. So or did him maybe another one born. But finances do a key. Everybody should fix in the finances. You have to be financially stable. And son and you be why and ya one cutting and you financially stable. Adam Panda and Tumenda. That drinking by heart. But that one of the also that we must on a financial problem. And yeah, you get it. So what finances are stable, chaplain point to Mukona Papa. On ya finances is a key in life. You have to fix it. I know young Kufumpo or fanya papa. You get it?
Even every child impo like when the normal circumstances like obiale child keke no finances and into me charge because I did work kwa channel last one kusre pede kwa jiwali
mama best kusuma
so you know but where I mean with there I know only highlight the reason only you see what kind of relationship or the is because that is what is trending. You understand? That's what we hear often, because child it doesn't come with demands. But actually, relationship this time, current relationship, it comes with demands. Marriage, you understand?
Yeah, type of yes,
like you are a boyfriend. Like you should. There are some certain.
Once again, I am a fan village.
So
we are in a system, not right. We are in a system where by force and the Madiabu or a generation. First, no more uncle, being you be say, Mamma, the way will be no coffin. Since you won't be say one a cacawasm. So generation has started to stand there. Get along a one on or I wear the boy and no abortion. It took us to be probably said, I'm addition, we need you. A day to the Baman moody. You get it. So your generation wabaka yon. Enyaka fagela. Well, I'm permanent share a tete. One can boy. You never one on the girl.
Yeah.
To viewers no one more girl. So we are in a system dem na waba. Inti wa again I na fire obileji. Te about them and nas me waka.
Inti anoreka there. Because of that, check all finances, na stabilize and sana another is a record data for obi papa.
That I mean, that's okay. Baby,
about because the thing is that to do a kind of generational thing, what be there psychologically, and I'm opening any girl and any boy. Not and feel okay, they come. So it's in a way psychologically demanding something from you. You understand?
Girl in a coffin. Girl in a coffin. I want a pedicapiopi. Oh, and I will take a girl. I forget already. I will take a girl
because peer pressure. Because of peer pressure.
We uncle a girl.
Because of peer pressure. And it will be said there, again, engine to do the same thing.
It must you to my any girl at home, but I am for Cameron with any girl,
more girl. But there, like, because of a generational thing, you know. Or yes, something that is
baby, I said I have a girl. Baby, you drink.
Now make a from because of that, you know.
Equafano soon demands baby.
Very good. That's what I'm saying.
Into demand is ever again.
Internal normal into the mean to the check or finances.
This I want you. I had to watch you. I'll forget it.
I know a caution or the day.
No better there. This is our this is our girl.
Mamo girl.
Watch you.
Want him.
Nine. Into again on cousin baby. I smoke.
Okay.
But
to those that don't want to let you on a boom.
Yes, to those I want you on a boom. I ain't the girl. I ain't get no.
Because one every time now make a day.
I'm the voice.
Every time I do some day, I be doing some own trim. Then I would answer you there. I will answer you there. Me check me finances. That's into one check on finances. They are suffering.
The crew might check on finances. Ever forget over 50 years. The crew my finances. I could check ever forget over 50 years. Arasa. Soon the pay one on bill. I was being back a pick a crate by no finances.
Okay.
Thomas Partey is in the news. He has been accused of rape. So footballer Thomas Partey officially charged with 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault.
See, the way I'm a bumped Ada Obrumodo Mamambamodo as I'm getting money. Adasa. Nago police shamana me riches locals are de million wealthy no. Mama that means some 7 a bimba. You see, we will read a portal be now. I tell the Pateran Casano. Or said or sign ma asana as a pedo sign review.
Yeah.
but or pede this kind of original pay week, you know, we divide it into two. Now man one. And he is saying the margin ana obeji. One and a ka one year. It is a awkward free agent. Like awkward free. But to my join any ABL club and one seed in Poyeden. And after the menu mano, and I said that, but 5 years ago on a mother, we rip him. Why did? But all ball year woman all ball as an year uncle. We never had. Oh yeah, current Tino. Oh yeah, I did that. I passed a year.
But I make question it like girl no or African another foreign.
No, foreign.
So Thomas Partey, he's a married man. No wife knows a foreigner.
Married man doesn't guarantee the report.
Like wow.
So the reason maybe said I'm questioning there. It seems that there is a trace of these particular cases. Most of the time, you know, it comes from the foreigners, you know, to the celebrities. Yes. So I don't know the reason why still people keep on making such mistakes. I don't know. Tell most of the can maybe boy said then I into me then you're going for, but I don't know why they be either was another I don't know something that was the
man over the intimidating blacks. Baby, do all to footballers, baby. Now another celebrity, but extra blacks and on what does who? Baratelli.
Yeah,
you got similar case.
I think Mendy.
Mendy. So, yeah, DBA. Yeah, Titi. The man would put all the both from.
Them guy, I don't know. Or you see now, them my main na they are trendy.
Akimi. Yeah. On son wing yeshi.
And yes man.
And then there be no a divorce.
Okay.
No a rape case.
Either no
a rape case.
Yes. Say na na yeshi.
A rape case intino. Rape no ankasa no. Or no umbra with the baka. Nasem. Another day. This kind of watch me to no more be empire. Me nyan say yes no. That is.
So how would it allegedly no?
Yeah, allegedly.
Oh yeah, if you wanna.
Yeah, sure. Now why they made in the all about border that or more bonade that one for them case yamba. Echi ofi on is on matter we rip my day.
But mind you, he has denied all the accusations.
Yes,
okay. But say you deny, you know, I think that the case no court.
Yeah.
So you can deny, but it's still court to them for one name.
So why the what are some now court why alleged they Inti what court on Sweden or either you are guilty or you are not guilty. Inti edu tuma and other edu tuma.
Of course you be any man and I find that I'll be an your party because the 5 years ago academy
investigation.
I am no.
No.
The future is pregnant.
Final in the judgment.
The future is pregnant.
But it's unfortunate. Someone like Thomas Partey from your inside, you know, all go through this issue.
You can cover World Cup in here, boy.
Psychologically.
So I bet it's
unless your face come on your face, yeah, to
go fine.
All right, Majesty.
Bataza Ngongo. No, Bataza.
Bataza Ngonga.
Yeah,
sure.
What we did you map out?
Nagro pension. Nagro bosses, yeah.
I want to come by the meaning. I don't confuse him. I did that. And one where I have now the human way there.
When I went in Batas, I'm going Ghana. Producer, put something on the screen for us. You know how to say good.
Okay.
Bataza Ngonga faces up to 18 years in prison for embezzlement of government funds.
Oh, but I said in the case, it's not about money. It doesn't involve money.
Actually, you see, we are in a system where, say, assembly by Ofefe nyama biba.
Oh, okay.
Why the partners are not looking? Ofefe nyama biba. one Paddy Ojina allegedly also Odi finance minister Okromo na ye Odi neba allegedly also Odi speaker like on all those who matters in government on one ba na one year then on one did that but all you was all your ba answer why we you nkofu bebre na echi wa na ibo amane a was also account there wow wife you yeah what for person why were you in fact say asma we on order pay na education we ma so mother obi pilo kosel and nkofu ato trambo mo kromo and also no a government official adasa and we feel there sanka or abenema Mr. Population of funds is being charged what that man. And this punishment, you know, judge na lo ten go ko na bia wa we ne ye into the means of na de no on ba direct o there ke do bi nchen o jelu see Mr. Population of funds say ska kakra bi also ya hin story okay ska na ya
no on come on
e ko na ska kakra bi but ona mo ko say that why ye denti
or that for that
why they agada an issue
but as a ngonga
oh Charlie
hey bemba pa na nse gunechi ya
young cameraman bi ni role model
odin se be kan tefisisi ya man of salary
eko fe taste na eko fe taste na oda
cho wode kiniska I didn't Africa baby I didn't find the man you to me tell but I know that
taste na
kiniska or there
eko fe taste na what this kali you dey eh Charlie
no scan oyampo but the mean money ni wa
ananko
on yes serious them
no why no so am go friend
ntache me so we nye skampa anko ba fa for dey oda ade bi oba
no punishment wo hu punishment no nti sika keke be wa fa no do na o ne do we do no iya look up prison dey okay Mr. For hon what on kaka
18 years
okay 18 na
18 years
tagada bebejan tagada
yeah tagada no asem ya
no story o
ai watch wakada abanu kuku abanu kuku bia na yeah so
woman power
also no kwabedi
no adi anapin na o mitimo
court sentence Patricia Esiedu, popularly known as Nana Grada, to 15 years in prison with hard labor.
Yes, also a fed. Wow, she be sending this camera. But no, I condo. No effect. No effect.
I think that now I was listening to Captain Smart. Ne show now always explaining the 15 years, you know. The 15 years, you know, it's not actual 15 years.
And I could prison 6 months where 1 year.
It's not about even that one. America there, one hour file against her, no. They filed at the same time. In fact, what they 5 years. Now I'm there 5 years. Now there 5 years. But it all starts on the same day. Sentence, you know. So in all, no, now Captain Smart the chair there, arbitrary 5 years. But or what the 15 years, but the concurrent, like Nini starts at the same day. That's what may take Captain Smart okay.
We jail work for 5 years, 5 years, but in prison, no, 6 months be a year.
Okay.
That's 6 months be a year, 1 year. So with this, no, I am 5 years, 12 months here, 1 year, or had you know on Yedamna or like Okodo. So probably the years wouldn't be 15 years, but obey lesser so far as they are how calculate 1 day to honor is concerned. But the most important thing here is the act now or the no prison.
Oh, okay.
Adasa. See, what a fraud ya DBA or comes in so many ways. And I glad I didn't know that's been there since 2014. Bepim time I was the chini. He was once a fetish priestess, right?
Yeah.
Now Sikagari. at the time obuli nkrofo bebreji wonska from there no I won dey adini nya nya no na quickly also we je abosomsom
Yankopana friend bia
nyame friend ti obaba ye nyame dwuma come in diverse ways we talk about wonjum we talk about chapel but only the better na la chapel then Yankopana friend and she got the multitude. The first incident we see in the year 2022 also up there oche egwadi for sika to a advert for so long wager. In fact baby I me kwara me kwatwa program no.
Okay.
Yes all na chapel no.
Okay.
Na wo ba chapel no sika no so beche no according to eyewitness oya part but on this can kodim no wo loadi a tam go adekam na what the 200 cedis note what the petedo no the basic chapel no bedu nche duru wa wale wonder no mama ne discount iden whatever then she said that I'm me ba becha wona de I want abed no so the bechem how go to match him 5,000 Ghana cedis na oh yeah sir yes sir
I'm possible also the Islamic
you be sir into wine the dummy you bet you am 4,000 kofa so 3,000 2,000 1,000 kofa so
then code
then she said that now our amam bibi no na muso mo bibi men ye hwi amam bia mo bi nja wa amam no mleche ne ma mo men ye no be say o me na me de no we get 500 as a fabla 900 fabla 700 400 300 200 so you know say mo be mo na me ba be che mo ade pacho mo discard be na mo ngina si na one one febia mo to say eh mo febia mba mama nkwa mo kwaka say e bia dam no say mo aso oje mo then people started sending mo
Abrewanya were about iska obenya in returns at the channel nim ne work
iska no si ho
when do obey bond no it says iska guy in disguise
arasa so ojije dem iska ni na
send
owe no mo ina obo muso no do to correction nti wode to correction we no say adasa onya ncheske bia
that's it. Charlie. That's it. Also. And to be a coffee.
Man, I'm more the way was also Scarabra Bogachaya. Asa da senti when yan cheske bia. Obi an coffee. Na oma scanning na dinner no force. Or apartment also. Or force no local baby. No, o ko start da bi yen yo na abulosi no. Obogo chepe was ya program go enti ho no ko fosun obi mpo nya lo fe de boko ko so ndo le baba jiska kakra no ho no ho de be ne so ebi mpo ko kwando ska wo de ko kwando no ozo wada na de ma me agrada you say antipatricia
evangelist
mama part and ojejeji bibia so among those people no na we 5 file a case
okay
and since 2022 no it has been there. In fact, according to the judge, first time na asemno osino omano custodial sentence. Custodial sentence, that means about your fine of your act, no. And first one more custodial sentence into your fine. No. I stand to be corrected on the money. Okay. There be 100 million. What's working on Okoye? Say this time so now ne lawyer ne plead for custodial sentence, but according to the judge not no first one working on Okotie or there oye in schedule diadema in chimba for once wall fraud there's offending and brabi oye juma into no onkucha na ombra in fact okay akade nkofo bebre didi woni nsem ne chaprofo na mpo bididi woni nsem ne backrow or university akoso ba na watcho BCO so obotro was or something like that but still na judge no on say besia o si ni trade court why din the only thing you could hear was air conditioning so
wow
obi ayefun Mamma no church money till that 15. And wadama mammy there on far and concodem. Intino, yaka grada, there's what I can say. And one thing I am yell pan there. Nankasano, Wejano. I grada casaduto. Na me buy live, na me call live. The many money in account. Mind you, from a perspective, what I see in there, I grada them $800 na some fee.
Oh, okay.
Or the channel.
Okay.
No one sembe na be, it can be a factor to this.
Oh, okay.
Because one thing that
before the
case, you know, yeah, so on a Thanksgiving day, and what happened was, what happened was that after secondary, Nina the Massimo Quarto, no la casa bebre, na my day, na also was a mina be on and kun, na them seven and kun, honor this and no girl don't and yeah, them story in poor had it, and on my some fee. Ohuna when you control no or change into oton them semen and sanso ton kuno into obiambra number 2
I see
adasa wala wo for da asem ho da do
on can we
and obiso achieve ska Ghana for yembo for ye kan asem now you are saying the semen and nku bi asra into aton wo chapel obi an go to bi na no so anko for pay anko penny favor I wan ko jiska na mbeche chapel hobby so people had to buy ogole ya hwehwehwem obedi the company okay jump we na the program we finish that adasa then lastly timer Ohage Mahama
okay
Ohage Mahama we don't say there wan go heaven pa ope
oh
and also be stated the oba be live no srade no use no ono mo nya favor da Ohage Mahama
oh
intino acha de nkum bi so obi ma oba live about ade chen wo free case na we what did the sentences what so me I feel that nankasa na no na oyini ka enim kwan eninku either wo bon dada so there are certain things you don't do enya favor ye you pe na munku wo mode o nti amem tina here me what chance there metumi meet these politicians them agrada ninku ni
maybe I don't go to Bonnet and say,
oh, was it?
Meet
it's something or you're uncalled for. So,
now is it no kuni say,
Angela,
the new
one day say, I mean, I can boldly say that about what guest, Papa. Oh, chapel guest. Yeah, sure, of course.
But need interview be more there, I think one of news presenters in not saying every day we over conversating or so be busy pa they be over prison
or you know
every day be over for 15 years
or you know kun oboko ho a problem but I was telling somebody there oboko bi ana na girl account
no ne ko bi
yes but on again nko again we twan waka no na wa kona na ile hu da wa abaho so wo mempo this a cars no go for fleet of cars mo open no buchu arasa asolim be 9 years a woman baba besren se mommy no
ya be here be
need ban sam na dey na be sorted adasa na as guys na agrada njonjuma mbeni na ne be kasa oba okose we dey my bibi kakra from blewa na ntino this is the time say esiama pegesa obo we guess yes nkasa
we say be agrada or spiritual or we be otum so that
Okunchacha kasa asa agada ntuntume dumpo ni bi woni hwehwehwehwe but ono you oye na ade no why the timbaka
okay
asa agada ile timbaka enim timbaka
na timbaka ga
na odiwe chiro yehu odiwe nim so yehu se eduke akita ka keteketene na ma na se timbaka de we chira ehwahwehwe ni ma dollar bobo the man say odiwe nim so a enim de ade no betum ye aba odiwe side so ye dem na agada ati nti omo obi asu no obi ntum mbɛ no but nankasa de work there eduru pada mosquito coil mpo oni bia du kuntuntum and truly agada is smart o use na agent yes smart and what was started the idea at the age of 24
wow why ache intimidating
started at the age of 24 in fact one of was to last stop one born story na agent say
Charlie
and I would dance be brave wa fraud actually to to danade No, they were for them a BBC for an interview.
A legend, or a legend.
Yeah.
Legend.
But
Living legend,
but it's a caution to do, sir. What for the
fraud.
on your other papa. We shall put this. Majesty, do you have any other?
Yeah, the last one on my list. Yeah, travel on Nigeria. Two-Face, Baba, Wakasa.
You are my African queen.
You are my African queen.
Oh, okay.
Right in you. A man cannot be with one woman sexually.
Daddy, Nana, I want to go to my team.
Influence.
Majesty, what's your face here?
Tell why a story or the other.
Oh, that would be about.
Why Yakas, one I yanka.
Engine to man.
I was engine to my.
But say you are now.
But this is a question.
It's an engine to man.
And your story, Yana Dabia.
Edgy to man. As someone can edgy to man.
Man's like me attention said I need.
It's engine to.
No, that's okay. Hey, see.
I make her from the angle of Mecca from the angle of the woman, another woman.
I won't story about
that.
Story of whom we are doing the Babaka.
I make her from the angle of the woman. Of the idea, naturally, you say, I did you honest, one could tell into and standard. At least sharing will be better. There is a science, there's a Gary Sawkins. They say be a sugar no brother. Men get it at the insure group now dilute and one thing answer the best ways to share. No, one of past questions about I think science questions be SHS. Yeah. So if Sebastiano feel like that, one man no on two more yeah, I mean there's nothing wrong about Sebastiano allow or being enough for more. But in a way, no, it doesn't look nice and it doesn't sound well. Yeah.
I'm a you. You makes me tired. Now why the story in the bed?
I also answer.
Me also me
Ni bi aka o men kwe.
Boys do when you issue separa.
When bi aka o men kwe. Why from our side no when bi aka o men kwe.
That's a sexually transmitted disease. Right, producer, please put the topic on the screen for me so that we can delve into issues. We are discussing the art of music production. Right to you directly. Let's talk about the sequence of music production. Please, those of you, can you go to Facebook and give some? Okay, we will do that later. We'll do that later. So, right, tell us the sequence of music production, the art of music production. Okay. Since you've been, for how long have you been a producer, first of all?
Can I even count? I think officially, I would say 15 years. 15 years. But I started doing them. Like I Mario Cordova. The laptop that down, I didn't say I say two good laptop and I do two good laptop. So I think if I'm to talk about it from damn time media, then I'll say maybe be a bad.
No, make a professional.
Professionally.
But the time I started here and I get the from your code. But professionally, when you started cashing out from music production,
I think 15 years. 15 years would be.
Because you man can want 30 years. Wow, as young as you are. Wow. So for the past 15 years, tell us the sequence of music production, the art of it.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think let's start from the word production, because as we all know, production is the process of coming out with a product. So when we say music production, it's just about you going through all the processes at the long run, and come out with a product called music. Okay. Now, music is a lot of components or come together and will be forming one thing. So it's not only about one particular person, like me, the producer or the engineer doing it. So I would need to sometimes even rely on the beat maker, then an artist to sing on the beat. Then myself will be behind it, putting the knowledge that I have together, then also putting these components together. Then sometimes after, I might not be the one mixing it. I would give it out for someone to mix, then maybe I'll master or someone else will master. So, for you to be a producer, no, you should always be active in whatever goes on. But officially, it's about you having the knowledge, having the brains, behind the work. Impono makes you a producer. You understand? Yeah. So if you are to do all these stuff, which is the beat making, the recording of the vocals, then mixing and mastering now, that one also is production now, but that's not only what qualifies you to be a producer.
Okay. Yeah. So it means bringing the component together. The music production is not a one thing.
No.
If it's but it comes with a lot of components.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is where here guitarist, here keyboardist, here this. But with your own, let me ask you personally, there with your own, do you have all these people together, or you do everything by yourself? And we know that some production be or I will attach you as also touch be somebody obi or makes beats and cutting, obi also or makes a vocal and cutting, obi also or blend the tuning or yeah the madeno. Do you have all those people around what the madeno? And now there we know that at first and so and everything was live instrument, excuse me.
Sure.
Live instrument, but this time you're in the digital way, but let us know about that one.
Okay, I think I'm more of the digital side.
Okay.
Yeah. So, fortunately, I was able to learn the piano, kakra. So when it comes to the beat making, like I can do the beat. I do the beat. Let me put it like that. I do the beat myself more often. Then I also do the recording myself, I do the mixing myself, and I do the mastering myself. But that doesn't also mean that I always do all these things. So, as I was saying, sometimes it could happen there. My studio, now me boys in the abo beat, black beat, an example. Most of Origi, these songs in here, born my black beat, wabo beat in a way. So what I would do is that I would record. Sometimes I give them the opportunity to also record. Then I will do the mixing and the mastering. So I can do all these things, but I don't always do all these things.
Okay.
Understand? Yeah.
Okay. So before a song can be cooked or will be cooked, it passes through a lot of things.
Exactly.
Especially the thinking.
Yeah.
That is serious.
Yeah.
That is serious. So in the production, were there how many days were there production?
Okay.
Due to some
so the thing is that most of the time, you being the producer, it comes in two ways. It's either you are helping the artist to come up with lyrics, or you are allowing the artist to do all them parts, lyrics parts, na nkasa itro ni bibia na ade. Na nkasa to ni bibia on key perfectly. So it depends on the artist you are working with. Let me put it in that sense. So if you are working with already a professional or commercial artist, most of the time they do their own vocals. You don't have any knowledge about you recording or any knowledge about music, but you can record them. Then I don't know if that is the case. Then it means time be reduced kakra. You understand? Because beat making, you don't have to always do everything. Boom. You just need a framework. Mobema feeling na bama artists they are recording BBI fine. Then later on you add other elements to it. So people talk about drums, not about piano. So far as there is drums and there is melodies, someone can sing on it. So ebo chord ne nkotin ma nipa kumpo na mbo any melodies bi and fan support na obi oye artist a oni minimum you can only use that one then record then later on then you sit down then you do. So if say nimpa chrono use one day the aya, then I'm expecting that the person will do all these things like during that time. And I wouldn't say if we are looking for the final product, it's possible that way, because you might be able to play the beat, you might be able to record the vocals, I record it. You might be able to mix, you might be able to master, but there is the last process, the last component. You would have to listen multiple times for you to be sure that product now edited out, or you're okay when it comes to one person knowing that a vocal is out fine. Instruments, you would have to take it to different places. Find a final stage. So even the final stage wouldn't allow you to use one day. And production also account. People might think that Bobby record that's all. No. Say for them final stage in count, you're not done with production. That's the checks. So normal production away will be producing biscuit. Say all your production, you don't want to call testing a more test.
Also collab.
What do collab? Very good. No call test and sana. Even why a bimpo I every day be only be and I don't want to collab call test
for quality assurance.
For quality assurance, very good. No way. So we also go through that as a final stage. So that's what
you can't for one day.
No, you can't. I don't think people would in the world of possibilities.
Yeah.
People can do anything and come up with a story there. Maybe one day in a day. But when we look at the technical side, I would say that no, it's not advisable to use one day. Because one can tell your ears will get tired.
Sometimes, although in Jumbi to taking by 3 months a year, it was also Kadajin home, now Oshe, and your master double audition. Nti se oda no dwo nwo no de obo pen as obefa oba bobashi and some other things, because music production or spiritual, it comes with a lot of things, and a layer day for multitude. Now one you pay be na ni pay ba sa na na warrior did abre multitude obi ni de abato na nwum na ewie, but ndwunu ba ye da no aka nkofo won trim no depends on a producer na only ejumano. Then let me ask you there, so music production do me take all these things here akikeke here, when you compare the recent songs and the current songs to the old ones now, old ones is still woba oyendo and I see so if you have about so
the old ones will see woba
yes a being yet as music production no ni na for one canal then ne be yede ne be yede.
Okay. Ne de no na monye de ne de ameka de recommend for. It depends on the customer, the one listening, the consumer, and the vary, or a relative, because I might be fan of cools. Automatically, that can deter me from liking reggae, in a way. Yeah, that's it. So someone not liking something might push the person to say the onyedo. Me wanna be mpa obi. So if I'm to answer your question from the technical side, that is where you bet me okay, this person is from the technical side. And see wait till wakada onyedo there, then he knows what he's talking about. But if you've done one in the trains there is no strategy or there is no lay down or the judge or a papa with if you are looking at it from the angle of hate, because we go to my technically on your but no hate. So what are they basing on our manamana hate? That's the question I'll be asking myself. But if you are to look at it there in comparison with the standards now, and the bitima could be from them song, on Drude. But then for the beche vocal strength, then they are mix in the you'll be up at the sound at the end the elbow speaker or sound heavy. So from the sense of music sound engineer no, so after that number bonus one element in there or pue fine or back and you mean so in a way no I can on your no bisa no so no or based on or pay attention to vocals more no so bete it be a lyrics no I can add them lyrics are some okay or it doesn't sing it doesn't rhyme, those things are not there. So on your so it comes from different angles. Yeah, but they check there and you mean but me being a producer, where I will look for is the mixing, the mastering, the vocals. I will look for all these elements, you know, but I wouldn't look for hits. Well, I hate to sound part about that. Measure the technical side. And to answer you with this line, then times, which is the OGs, you know, one in your live instrumentation, one second was more in the eye, and you can never compare digital to live instrumentation. Even for a sound to be digital, it starts from analog. Sound then I idea were recorded from analog sounds. So kick with a kick no way. Though sorry, though there are some that will generate from synths. Understand? There are some that will generate artificially, will generate from a. But most of the analog gain or record, then they put it in science strategic way. You know, we been a plugin. Then people play from the plugin. So it's a little bit about piano or your actual piano sound na or record a VST or a plugin and go for or use.
Okay. So in music production, no, are there times a tumbo bita
Oh sure. Or construction. Yeah. So into Danny board me to me see Danny day. On me feel. Obi to or contract be don't see that man. One man a plan. One man style on see, but Narankasa or ban or better down or two sons to complain there. Daniel ACD and see even with the plan that you have, and see. So you might have a plan, you might have the intention that will be created this type of beat. But we in feeling me. One thing I used to judge beat here emotions. If the beat doesn't touch someone, if there is no emotional feeling attached to beat now, automatically beat to ameno make it on your door. You understand? So that's the reason I like this.
Is that why I work at the music for the soul now?
Sure. In TC Stadia, more of reggae songs, are for listening, because it carries that emotional feeling, and they use live instrumentation. You understand? One chord na the emotions, even the partying ones in Pono, there are some kind of emotions via Oma them, you know. So that's it.
We have genre of music, of which it comes in so many ways.
Sure.
Nina any production ekola.
Maybe it's a question. And there can't be about instruments. Every genre be an particular type of instrument. I think this question it can be answered well when I'm looking at the beat production side, because for vocal recording the same thing, mixing the same thing, mastering the same thing, but beats, that is where the problem comes from, because I'm very high life. There are certain instruments by force or double. I should play guitar, I should play percussions bit there, ka that castanet na maracas man they you understand? Now maybe the conga, I cannot take conga off high life. I need to play. Then our guitar now, you can't answer me now. So there might be normal differences in the band. As Malia dancehall, there are certain strings na horns be na brass be a mutumo boom and like that kind of or a sound there dancehall. You understand? Because dancehall guitar that kind of jam, no. So I would say that these are the things that brings the differences. It is me genre me a good one, a high life. Then maybe be a fan of conga, me a fan of guitar, me a fan of the main man I didn't. Obama my high life more. But to be so one more pair log drum. Gung 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 gung. That particular person, obviously, I'll be my piano because I'm a piano no you see log drums and I don't know. You understand? So these are the things that brings the differences. Indeed, you can get a beat maker. I don't know. Oba my piano nkotin. Beat maker be so oba high life nkotin. But I make the production here component oba together. So I might not be that particular beat maker. But the band me young juma, I'm a producer still because I have the general brains and mutu mediti beat and I say mutu mediti vocals and I say na make one album na me blend one. That is the music producer skill now. A people to my beat maker but I don't need them skill no. You understand?
Tell us the challenges in the art of music production.
Okay, I will start with the artist because a bit too much beat in a way, but say artists and the vocals and that you cannot get a product.
Okay.
And artists no say oba any artist na artist in a commercial artist challenging from the artist side to reduce kakra.
Okay.
But say artist in the back. An artist in a commercial artist, but also per kakra na ajia. Automatically there will be a lot of challenges that you will face. One, a good artist now is a time in only me. Abo beating go boom. Now loto. Then the business again. So if that's no, Abema, you will need to waste more time correcting the artist because if you are not the type that I'm able, I'll give you all the necessary time because I have the feeling that we all can make music, but we just need the coaching, not teaching. You know, just that there are also some teaching in your butter. So artists, you know, if you about only them skills in your basto on Sunday in your butter, or then they are best studio and they are recording them. You understand? So one of the challenge is coming from that side, which is the artist. Okay. The next one I would say is the capital to purchase equipment. Because you being a music producer and an American, you having the knowledge to bring the final product out, and you need quality equipment. So there is a saying there, when you paint in dark, you make a lot of mistakes because say baby early painting now. How do you even manage to paint better? So obiali use normal speaker, Bluetooth speaker upon or baby. How being a music producer, you should use a standardized speaker, monitor speaker, able to add elements in it clear. And these things are expensive. Obiali use normal M-audio sound card bimpa. You cannot depend on that sound card because you need to have a professional sound card or be to the major money to that level. So one thing is the financial issues, you know, and depending on a human will be a drone. Say if I'm putting myself into this particular statement, at least I'm so I have people that will come with enough cash multimedia purchase it, baby. But the born my friend starting the music production career no. So that person will be suffering when it comes to finances, you know. Okay. Then the last thing is health. The last thing that I will say, challenges are in your health issues. Because you will do more of the sitting, more of the listening. So in your ear problems, more of the light, editing and monitoring hair screening him, in your height issue, sight issues along the line. A bit many waist issues. So that's what maybe I'll say. If there is any other thing, maybe that one along the line.
Okay. Majesty, do you have any question before I continue?
Yeah. So in our early stage in life, like as you are young, you know, not they will ask you, say, when you grow up, what you want to do. You'll be like, oh, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor. But I want to know, DJ Ratty, what makes you like say, oh, I want to become a music producer, and what actually inspired you?
Okay, Amankasa Momode, if the question is directly directed to me, I had the chance to have a senior brother na music production. me son mom Adam they started first here DJing. Now I was DJing. We from the fear DJ. Into obili ne birthday, obili ne naming ceremony. Oh yes, can kutia sound system kawa. Now from there I say rati more speakers and kakabu of fiadio best sell. And maybe some say all quiet at so when I area na me woman no DJ Rati fear DJ no. And the thing is that the more you follow music, the more you love to you get to love to make music in it. Yeah. So I have the feeling of learning. Them. So immediately I mean who the DJing music or interesting. Me starting from DJ mode the music interesting. I liked the music to the extent that I'm a pedemusian to the level me too so my yebi. You understand? Me too my yebi. So I know na my brother no, my senior brother no together. Na or inspire ma. Me the be one okay. Me music production. Bear in mind that I didn't have the knowledge there. I would get to where I've gotten to. That one to remember by your boy I did it. Na me there. Maybe be a music producer to this level. I just had the feeling that maybe as I said, but along the line, me na Mulusiana, I'm becoming better. As I said, me then now, me the body stage of the CCRD. It seems that me a music producer.
Okay, so and then again, when you were having that child with another being, you made mention of trends.
Sure.
So I want to know, how do you manage to stay relevant in an industry that keeps on evolving?
Okay, so as I was explaining myself as music producer, no, when it comes to beat making, that is where the challenge comes from, in the sense of the trends, no. Yeah, in Kasano, if I'm to be frank with you, I love to mix and master more than to play the beats, and the reason is what you are talking about, and there's no need for me to lie. That doesn't mean if I'm to sit behind the beat making table, I can't do it to that extent. I can do even more than one and one will follow them trend and I just need to listen to one or two, then I'm gone. But challenging urban most of the time or hate beat makers, because we the mixing and the mastering engineers that side, the structure is the same. Make sure the vocals sound nice. Make sure the instruments fit in their respective regions. Cake, or on the bass side, bass and these instruments, if you have been mixing for longer, you might have gotten the chance to play with them along the line. So every trend will be also would have that element in the kakra. Conga you see my high life. Every trend will and then we'll use conga. So obviously, the same way I'm the mix of conga now, I will transfer the same knowledge to that side. The only thing I could say on be a dem conga han one volume cafe. Olo ni kakra. I mean how olo ade. So me tell you what them trend you look no conga one volume. I just have to lower the conga. Then that's all. Trend born my vocals no one more out kese. I do shame. One example is Last Made, ne style of songs and all The vocals no is not up there. Because he always wants you to feel him more into or or hide the ne words, you understand? But high life still most can that times, now while nimpoko no record or more one in the engineer move cast number out because then times we had the idea that they need to message, but this time it's not all about message, it's about the feeling no into na nyum bebe na be more of me fensha mo so feeling is so if
for fensha being concerned.
Yeah, that's
so this will be my final question.
Okay.
Someone might be watching right now,
okay,
like a young guy who also wants to get into beat making.
Okay.
I want to ask you, earlier on you made mention of the equipment that you need to start with and are expensive.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, what are your go-to software or hardware that like to start with when you are making, in terms of making beats?
Okay. I think this is a very interesting question. And if say MB Sempo and KB after the interview, no be me the question like this one come up. I think one thing is that I'll start from my regrets. Me be a music producer no. Na me wo there I made a lot of mistakes because I were wrongly accusing certain things and I'm kind of them here. One is the DAOs, you know, the softwares, you know. I thought that some me dinners I didn't hear the fault is coming from a particular software. But when I got to a stage maybe saying your mass more, no, I realized that no, there is nothing wrong with a particular software. Software works in this way. Which one are you okay with? It's like phones, your Apple phones and Android phones. Which one are you comfortable using? So, say you're comfortable using FL Studio, you stay there. You understand? But I was fortunate to feel all the softwares are away. I can use Pro Tools, I can use Logic, I can use Ableton, I can use FL Studio, I can use Cubase, Nuendo, name them. I've tried all of them because I told you earlier on them me experiments. Yeah. So me at the main I'm realizing that there's nothing like a problem coming from the softwares. The problem starts from you, the engineer. You have to pick one software you're comfortable with first, then stay with that software. Get to know how to use it. Say, how to use that. You wouldn't worry yourself even looking at Beatmaster, Gazi, another Hammer, another Qubit. We use a particular software being to the change and I also pay them software. One of the cost and all the back. You understand? So your software no boy nyede. But the one because the professional phone we use now, was when you what we say Pro Tools or yeah, software be another part because we have Grammy in Adenia. So if anyone there a foreign engineer be or we use Pro Tools now, one more product will definitely finance issues, better. Then my other regret was not to start under someone at the early stage. I am the type I always used to stay indoors. But now I wish there and kadam time minima nanka mo ko bi wo ne kwaye adwuma in a way. Na me question different that would have been much easier. Nka cost na ye can say why? Because if some record be today senior man vibes yeah me senior man. Some record vibes or shout out vibes beat. Some record vibes were there. Because at the early stage, vibes already established engineer, another music producer. Into more equipment during that time. So many bayana mati I didn't say. Name on the son of the may I didn't put me here at this level. Son of me here laptop me here the may me here. So I'll buy those equipment as at that time. Then with the human me yeska. Say me yeska, then I'll be buying those things that will put me to that level. I remember you hear the model. So the advice is that try to start under someone who has already established himself. Into a bet in your man say inya complete what can misunderstanding. When you maybe na kade the money na me pede motor and sound mean quality sound. Every home they down or you one kasana legend ni into Bema cost and then Adiaba or Besu. Then my last one, maybe can learn before you enter that particular field because it's not meant for anyone. And I'm using the word anyone because in here definitely you find difficulties. And also by my brand cost and one thing is knowing how to play the keyboard. I don't want to this instrument to be bo. Say the instrument to be bar. I bet you may be a seer or be back to in your man to no. I wonder the mad me here the metal. A pen at them to because keyboard no. Ebon fire. Me starting na the painting back Canada. We have moved together for a very long time. Now me said I need keyboard in the bone. I would have to call in someone to help me. And just imagine if Pocono and say botanical.
Sure.
So or the cost the better. So learn how to play an instrument. I said better boost your beat making. Me first and make a channel papa. Cause you one of the instruments in the book. But you might be thinking I'm in parameter. No, I know the reason why I make them. I wish that me any them. So as part of my regrets now, you knowing these things of Emma who cost an alcohol no on in the market.
So I say this was supposed to be my last question. Okay. But
asking your question for friend.
Yeah. Like I said, you see mobile phones,
okay.
And these mobile phones comes in grades, right?
Sure.
In TBA, grade 1, you almost all work. Grade 2, almost all work. So to you, for an upcoming producer, what software will you suggest to the person, like for the person?
Let me answer this question starting from this side. Music producer now not saying there. We use even professional equipment there. You may know we are sounds about for phone. No, I bought no finally. Phone no do. They say, but the phone is a new young why they or the for phone. You understand? So it tells you that it's not only about a particular system being used. It's not a particular equipment being used. Another particular software being used. Just as I answered, any software at all. Otum onya oji input of instrument. Also, a sign that the exports are doing. Choose that software, you are good to go. One software I will be able to suggest. Are free, totally free. A GarageBand, but you need Apple machine as an to use. Or Apple machine straight away. But other ones you would have to pay. You'd have to buy. Cubase similar one answer for the US, but equally they all work the same. Urban beat making there, I can suggest something. FL Studio will be the best because that one will be able to match now on YB. But then there was nothing like FL Studio, so people were using Pro Tools and Cubase to start everything. Obo beat, but I don't know. It takes a lot. So starting beat making, choose your FL Studio for the beat making, but for the recording and the mixing, any software at all, you can use any software.
Yeah, no, that was my last question.
Okay, we are in a century where we normally say, or in our part of the country, there is inadequate job for the youth.
Sure.
Would you suggest engineering as part of music production or the music thing, because music is putting food on people's table, to the young ones to venture,
sure,
just to reduce unemployment?
So you're saying that like as a career?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I was once saying this there. Then times na nka afrobampo o si de na se oresaw or ye BB involving talent na parents no wan jeje no do. But them former talent shows and start urban ha who there no for so by like DJ Swish na him na do start so called na mentality is the same. There is the more mobiles we did 2 years in Ponese mode or a cracker la actually a dancer. Then me focus them pushing. So it's like on that particular line the music production one can measure artists for say if the artists are making it then you being a music producer you can also make cash.
Okay. Again, I have 2 questions, then we draw the curtains down.
Okay.
The next thing I will ask is also, do you think the government of the day should invest more in such an avenue? Because we know tourism, we have CEO for tourism in a way of promoting tourism in the side of country. When you come to other things, we have people repping. But when it comes to music as an avenue for money, and also after hard day's work, at the end of the day, you listen to music one or the other. When you're driving, when you're sleeping, when you're here, blah, 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 blah. Do you think there should be support from the government of the day?
I will start with a question. What is the major element we use for heaven as far as maybe Betty?
Also,
very good.
Also,
So I believe that Enyum wouldn't leave this earth. The Enyum boy or what them to time able even even umpa. I want some information anymore, but
he was the lead singer. He was the lead singer, and you know.
Yeah, so I would say that if the government is to
what's the some of the artists in Poho? Hello, I was a binimo. We saw the one that Opado Molichim.
So I would say that as just as the government invest in other sectors, you know, music production and music as entertainment, you know, why not? It also brings money. But you know something, we then never thought that we are exporting music, but currently we are exporting music, but in a different way. And from
but through the digital platforms.
Very good. And even artists, you know, free Ghana, Hana, we're friend internationally, you know. So we'll pay money to the artists. It comes back to just that maybe the government one day would have to look for a particular structure there, or they look like that. I don't know if that thing exists. The international brands and will use Ghana artists now also be in one share, but that will come from when the government is investing. So, say invest to music makers anymore. Definitely, when they get to that stage, they say, "Will you share? Who's being a percentage? It's almost a record label, or better the record label form." You understand? So it's a great deal when it comes with the government investing in that. Currently, I heard Richie on one of the interviews there. The problem is coming from the music space, you know. We are structure. So we don't put a nice picture before the government don't invest in it. So I would say that Anumpo is trying to say that the government invest and Kobebwa, Bayana we need to do something better to allow that to happen. So
okay,
that's what I would say.
Why do you have something to say?
Talking of business and networking, you know, you personally, how do you approach negotiating production fee or contract to label or the artists?
Okay. One thing I always say to myself is that even with the artists themselves, there will be more they said they were feeding the soul. They were not chasing the money. So I'll talk about the right way to do things. Then maybe I'll also talk about the way that I feel to do it. The right way is to sign deal, which is spread sheet. Obe start the production now be assigned then you may see we are known for years to come now. I will still have something from the music. That is the right way. But I mean I chase more of putting people on. In time now the letter that I need to get from you now, okay, and I take that one. Then I do what I need to do. But the right way is for you to have a contract with the artist before production.
And also, I know there is an avenue for beat makers to upload their instrument or like their beat there, like as in you put the beat there and the people will come and buy it from the like BeatStars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you are on there.
Oh yeah. It's not supposed to be only that platform. YouTube, it's like you're advertising yourself. That's the thing. So people do play beats. I do play beats sometimes, and I put it on YouTube. Then at the ADB basis, there it's for sale. So when the person listens and the person is okay with the beat, the person will just contact you. Then now, why did the 4 stems, you know? Then now or the one more. If there no, you need to sign contract. You sign contract with the person. Then the person will use the beat. Yeah.
On the table of fame, the artists most times have the fame more than the engineers. Yeah. So far as music production is concerned, how do you feel?
I'll say that things are changing now, because your artists, Ghana artists, are into making them were famous as compared to, for example, Qbeat.
Sure.
You understand? Yeah. Things are changing. In the producers and so far, keyboard Kojina, photo shoot. No, we try not so about to them. Produce Master Gazi or films in go baby or famous. sinko baby. Then now most of them were indoors type. Or she them no way, but then normal sister as I say. So that thing, no, I would say the onuobium.
Okay.
So if I am not famous now, Krampana, it might happen that a man can make choice be me make it, but that doesn't mean that your structure be on my music producers and another one be famous. Things have changed now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now to draw the curtains down, what will be your advice to stakeholders so far as the art of music production is concerned?
Okay, what I'll say is first think about business. If you
know we have a lot of stakeholders,
yeah,
so far as this thing is concerned.
Sure.
So I advise to the stakeholders, if it should be 1-1 to them, fine. If it should be all in all, that one too fine.
And I make you might have your personal reasons, but always look for business first.
Okay.
So if you are looking at the business side, you know what goes into business. Faninia on board, na fair you do, that's all. So American, if I'm sounding clear.
Come again.
America, whatever you are doing, you know, let business lead you.
Be it an artist, an engineer, whatever it is.
What in on your business? Business will make you learn. Business will make you
you promote it.
You promote it. So everything should be around business. When you have business on the table, whoever be the case, you do the right thing.
That's okay. Majesty, are you done with your questions now? So Ratty, you look into the camera first and you tell us your social media handles.
Okay, first of all, the Future Studios. Anything concerning the future, you see me there. And my official Facebook name is Emmanuel Techiboni. So apart from that, the future, everything the future.
So you don't have a DJ Ratty on any?
Oh no, DJ Ratty. Oh yeah, DJ Ratty is in look at it. It's in brackets.
It's in brackets.
It's in brackets.
Okay.
DJ Ratty is in brackets.
They should follow the future. They will hear of DJ Ratty in there. Majesty,
the Future TV. The future.
Have you changed your handles?
No, I am still forever will be Majesty updates on all social media platforms.
Guy. Right. Thanks for doing the watching, and please stream this video on all social media platforms, most especially the Future TV 14 on YouTube and on the other handles as well. And please share for us to also have a feel and comment on under the comment section. We will get time to read them for you. Until then, we say bye-bye to you all. My social media handle forever remains Nana Being Painter.